I know you won't believe me, but at midnight, when I suddenly woke up, someone was silently watching me through the window. I've always loved solitude, the kind that makes you feel one with nature, with the wind, the trees, the distant hoot of owls, and even the darkness. My name is Alex Richards. I'm 35 years old, living in Portland, and in the chaos of city life, I could no longer find a space for myself. That's why I decided to disappear for a few days. Just me, my SUV, my camping gear, a bottle of wine, and the dirt road deep in Oregon's forests. The first night was peaceful. Cool air, the rustle of leaves under the hooves of distant deer, and me, nestled in my sleeping bag in the back of the SUV. A little buzzed from wine, feeling calm. But the second night was different. Something strange woke me in the middle of the night. A sound I can't quite describe. It wasn't a scream or a song. Something in between a chant, a whisper, and a hymn. Faint, but clear. It felt like a group of people hidden somewhere in the silence of the forest, singing something in unison. That repetitive rhythm made my stomach turn. My body froze. I always keep a small army knife beside me. I grabbed it, sat up inside the car. No lights outside, just silence again. I forced myself to close my eyes and try to sleep. But my mind was still trapped in those sounds. When morning came, the first thing I saw was a shadow standing beside the driver's side window. Someone or something close to the glass. So close, I could see the whites of its eyes in the dim light. Instinctively, I let out a deep growl and shout. The figure bolted, no sound, just vanished into the woods. I couldn't believe it. If someone had come out here in a car, I would have heard it for sure. That road is silent, gravelly, and every vehicle sounds like a tank out there. But I hadn't heard a thing. I turned on the engine, waited. Everything was still. Just the same trees, same silence, and the thick scent of fear inside the car. I decided to move camp. A few kilometers down the road, near a fallen tree, I set up my tent again and parked the SUV close. But that feeling of being watched didn't leave me. Later in the afternoon, while gathering wood, I saw footprints, 2 sets. One looked like military boots, the other was barefoot, big, much bigger than my own. They led toward the trees behind me. I didn't follow, I just stood there and stared. That night, when things quieted down and I lit a fire, I noticed my old pocket recorder, something I always keep in my backpack, was playing. I hadn't turned it on. A faint voice came from the speaker. My own voice, or something that sounded like me. But it was saying things I had never said. They're watching you, Alex. They want you to see, but not understand. Don't let them in. Don't become one of them. I shut it off, threw it into the back of the car. That night, I didn't sleep. Knife in one hand, flashlight in the other, I sat and stared into the darkness. Somewhere deep into the night, that same sound returned. The chant, louder now, closer. I climbed into the SUV, locked the doors, but the sound didn't stop. It was in my head now, twisting in my brain. A voice like my mother's, but hollow, cold, like something pretending to be her. I don't remember falling asleep, but when I woke up, everything was calm, like nothing had happened, except next to the car, drawn in dry twigs, was a symbol. An eye, an open eye staring at me from the woods. That was it. I packed up immediately, skipped breakfast, threw everything into the car and drove. Fast, I didn't look back. On the way back to civilization, I felt something was following me. I never saw it, but the weight of it was there. Sitting at the back of my neck, I didn't breathe right until I reached the gas station at the edge of the first town. I went inside, grabbed a coffee, sat down outside, and for the first time, felt calm. But right then, I heard it again. That same chant, faint but clear, from the direction of a small forest behind the gas station. I turned around. Nothing. Just trees, just wind, just that feeling again, like something was still with me. I made it back, alive. But I know part of my mind isn't mine anymore. That night, something in the forest called to me. And even now, on quiet nights, I still hear the whisper. Don't let them in. I'd be grateful if you could like the video before I continue the story. If I hadn't made it back that night, you'd probably be hearing a missing person story instead. My name's Ethan, a thrill-seeking photographer who's obsessed with the night sky and the stars. That cursed night, I'd climbed up this mesa deep inside Grand Staircase Escalante National Monument, middle of nowhere, Utah, just to shoot the stars. Everything was peaceful. The sky was glittering, and the only sound was the wind whispering through the rocks and brush. Then I started heading back. It was completely dark by now. I flipped on my headlamp, but the battery was dying, so I switched it to red light, less battery drain and better for night vision. A couple times on the way down, I felt something watching me. You know that feeling where the hairs on the back of your neck just stand up? Yeah, I stopped, looked around. Nothing. Just silence. That thick kind of silence that feels like it's wrapping itself around you. And then, that feeling hit again. I was done pretending. I said, screw this, what the hell is out here? Switched my light to full white beam. That's when I saw it. A shadow, creeping low and smooth, gliding behind some bushes maybe 25 yards behind me. Silent, quick. Too quick. My heart doubled its pace. Brain just froze for a sec. I grabbed my phone and called Caleb, my buddy. Told him, if I don't make it back in an hour, start looking for my body near this mesa. He laughed at first, but you could tell I wasn't joking. I just needed to hear a familiar voice. Needed to not be alone. I kept walking. My headlamp was fading fast, like my own strength leaking out with each step. And then, click. It went totally dark. I was stuck in the middle of nowhere. Still had 3, maybe 4 miles left through open desert. No light. Just a faint glow of the moon and stars to guide me. All the way down from the mesa I could feel it, following me. But once I stepped off the rocky edge and into the open flats, it was like it stopped. Like that mesa was its territory. It never crossed into the desert. But the fear, that stayed with me. Finally, I hit the road. Took the biggest breath of my life. I was walking toward my car when I tripped over a rock and dropped my phone. I bent down to grab it, and that's when I saw it. Right there, next to my car. In the soft dirt. Fresh paw prints. Big, wet, clear as day. It had been here. Like, just here. I froze. Couldn't move. For a split second, I swear I felt it again. Watching me. Like I'd never really been alone out there. And maybe I still wasn't. If you want to hear more scary stories, make sure to subscribe so we can reach 1,000 subs soon and bring you more.